Good evening and welcome to State of Business, our television's prime time news bulletin. I'm Madhusha Tavapalakumar. Let's take a look at the headlines first. First quarter growth hit by low output in agri-sector, and Sri Lanka apparel exports target Indian and Chinese markets. Now the story is in detail. The Department of Census and Statistics says Sri Lanka's economy has grown at 3.8% for the first quarter of 2017. It said the severe drought condition prevailed mainly in 4 provinces. Northern, Eastern, North Central and Northwestern from 2016 had an unfavorable impact on the growth. Last year, the first quarter growth was 5.6%. The gross domestic product at constant prices for the first quarter of 2017 recorded as 2,161 billion rupees. The service sector's contribution was 52.3%, industry sector was 30.8% and agriculture sector's contribution was 7%. Amidst unfavorable weather conditions, performance of agricultural activities further contracted and reported a negative growth rate of 3.2%. Meanwhile, in the first quarter of 2017, the overall industry activities were further expanded significantly, recording a 6.3% growth. The construction activity, which corresponds to the highest share of the GDP among the industrial activities, further increased remarkably by 16.1% during this quarter compared to the same quarter in 2016. Sri Lanka Apparel Exporters Association says local apparel manufacturers should look at market diversification in order to ensure long-term sustainability of the industry. Association's chairman Felix Fernando is of the view that Sri Lanka should explore opportunities in the Indian and the Chinese markets to enhance the apparel export earnings. Apparel is the single most important export product of Sri Lanka, bringing in $4.7 billion annually. At present, the European Union and the USA account for around 90% of Sri Lanka's apparel exports. However, India and China account for only 2% of the total apparel exports of Sri Lanka. From the year 2010 to 2014, apparel exports from Sri Lanka to India and China grew at 46% and 62% respectively. Sri Lanka's annual apparel export value to India currently stands at $70 million.
Firstly, we need to appreciate the government efforts to get FTA with China and ITCA with India. And I hope that they will be able to successfully conclude these agreements soon. China and India are going to be very important markets. All these years, we have been concentrating mostly on EU and US markets. But in the time to come, these markets are not going to have a huge growth. The growth will be coming from Asia. And the economists have projected by 2020, China will have about $392 billion domestic market for apparels. And they are going to increase from 2016 to 2020 about 6.3 compounded annual growth in the apparel consumption. Similarly, India also, now currently India's domestic market is about $55 billion. But 2020, it is also expected that India's market also will be increased up to about 78 billion. So we can't increase the apparel exports by ignoring these two countries.
Speaking further, Fernando said the shortage of labor has become the most pressing issue in the apparel manufacturing sector of the country.
So I think we need to create a situation to understand and appreciate not only the apparel workers but the other sectors that we really need to appreciate, start appreciating their job. So then we will be able to attract more and more people. And another factor that we need to, as apparel manufacturers, need to consider is we need to really automate. Certain in the garment industry, there are a lot of workers have to do the repetitive jobs. But if you use the proper technology, high tech, so that maybe they'll get, especially the younger generation of employees, they like to work with high tech.
Let's take a look at more news after this break. Welcome back. The Office for National Unity and Reconciliation, in collaboration with the European Union Embassy in Colombo, launched a photographic exhibition titled Hope to promote reconciliation in Sri Lanka. The exhibition will be held this September in Colombo. The initiative is a means for Sri Lankans to capture and share their views on what reconciliation means to them. Out of the submitted photographs, 70 best entries will be featured in a public exhibition in the EU delegation calendar for 2018 and also in the ONUR booklet. Winners will be given valuable prizes as well.
We hope that this competition is really a chance for Sri Lankans to set out what reconciliation really means to them. And that's why with Honour we've chosen this theme of hope, because for us reconciliation is fundamental to the hope for a better Sri Lanka without conflict, without war, without some of the tensions that we've seen unfortunately in the last few weeks between different communities, and the exploitation of those tensions for unfortunate and sectarian purposes. So we think this is a fantastic opportunity to really see a different vision from different Sri Lankans about what the reconciliation process means to them. What do they feel? And we're looking to really hear and see that vision from all different sorts of people across Sri Lankan society.
Minister John Amarathunga today regretted his recent outburst against a journalist following a meeting at his Kandana office. The minister expressed his views about the incident at a media conference held in Kotte today.
උවමනාවෙන් නෙමෙයි මගේ උවමනාවෙන් නෙමෙයි. නමුත් මගේ ඉවසීමේ සීමාවක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ඉවසීම ඉක්මවා ගියාම තමයි කියන දේ අහන්න නැතුව ගියාම තමයි සිද්ධ වුනේ මේ ඇයට වහම පිට වෙන්න කියලා සරණය කරලා යවන්න සිද්ධ වුනේ.
Let's take a look at the stocks after this break. Welcome back. The trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended in a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 24.19 points to close at 6,718.83. And the S&P SL 20 index gained by 16.14 points to close the session at 3,916.44. The turnover was 966.4 million rupees and 37.6 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. Now we have dealing room update for the week.
The US dollar rupee spot next closed slightly weaker on Thursday at 152.98 to 153.05 levels due to demand from importers outweighed the dollars selling by the exporters. The forward rupee premiums for 3, 6 and 12 months recorded at 3.10 to 3.50, 6.10 to 6.30 and 11.60 to 11.80 levels respectively. The core money market traded at 8.70% to 8.75% levels, and overnight repo rates trading around 8.70% to 8.74% levels today. The market deficit recorded at 18.873 billion levels as of Thursday. The 6 months, 12 months treasury bills in the primary market decreased to 10.30% and 10.50% respectively, while the 3 months treasury bills remain unchanged at 9.60% at the auction held on the 14th of June 2017. The bids received for the auction 74.4 billion, where CBSL accepted only 25.6 billion. The secondary market bond rates were volatile this week. The 15th of January 2019, The 1st of August 2021 maturities were trading at 10.75% to 10.80% and 11.30% to 11.36% levels respectively, while the long tenure maturities on the 1st of August 2026 and on the 15th of May 2030 were trading at 11.53% to 11.60% and 11.70% to 11.80% respectively.
With that, we wrap up State of Business for the week. Join us tomorrow with Biz Roundup at 7 p.m. Until then, take care. Good night.